Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the MoonWalker Amaluna Pro-Specs version 5.2 for the Xperia Z3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, the MoonWalker Amaluna, it's a ROM which has been available for the Z3 for some time now. It was there when the KitKat version was released, and it was there for a long time. Now, what is this ROM about? Now, this is basically the a stock based ROM. This is based on the latest firmware update from Sony, which is the 238 version, which is a Marshmallow 6.0.1 version, and it has stylings taken from the latest from Sony stables, which is the Xperia X performance and the Xperia X. So you do have that. So let's get started now. First of all, what you would see here is the Xperia X styled lock screen, which you can see here. You can have that holes, it's like a cutout hole, so you can have that. I'll just unlock that. Here is the latest version of the Xperia Home launcher, which is pretty nice. It's pretty cool. I can see a coup from Samurai Jack there. Mad points for you if you got that. So yeah, let's get to the settings now. First of all, what you would see in the settings for about phone page is that it is the it is Xperia Z3 right now. You do have a patch which is available for 6653, but I personally do not use that. It is based on the latest version of Android, which is 6.0.1, which is Marshmallow, so you do have that. It does have the April security patches from from Google, so that is pretty nice. This is a build version I was talking about, 23.5A1238. So that is the latest version available from Sony, which is officially supported, so pretty nice. So this is the version number of this ROM, which is MoonWalker Amaluna Pro-Spect V5.2. Let's get to the other stuff now. Basically, this is a stock based ROM, but with the styling from the Xperia X series of ROM. So you can see that the settings menu is all tiles or card style settings, so you can see all of that is available here. You do have a few themes which I have enabled. One of them I will get to more of that later. Let's get to the other settings now. In the home button, you do have Xperia Home, which is the latest version of Xperia Home, which I forgot the name, which I forgot the version number of it, but hey, it is the latest version right now. You do have adaptive brightness, smart backlight control, all of that is available. You do have ambient display, which is pretty cool. I really like it, but I don't really use it a lot when I'm using it as my daily driver, but it is available there. So yeah, you do have font size small maker, because I only make it small, I don't make it larger. You do also has a font size font selector, so you can actually select the font, and it does require a restart, so you can select any of these fonts here. So pretty nice to have. You can also add fonts from the system. If you have root, you can also add a lot of fonts there, so pretty nice to have. It does have press power button twice for camera, which I personally will not be using because it does have a dedicated camera button. Why would you need to double press your power button? I'm not really sure, but hey, it's there. You can also disable the system icons from the status bar, which is pretty nice to have. It does have glow mode, which I have used a lot of times when I was in my traveling, so yeah. Sounds and notification, everything is similar to what you would expect from any other stock ROM, so nothing special there. Storage and memory. Now, as you can see, it does have a smart cleaner option, which optimizes storage and memory depending on the frequently used application. So you can enable or disable that. You can also transfer stuff from your internal memory onto your external memory, so that is available. In the advanced menu, you can also keep or clear cache. Memory can be seen here. Storage options. Now in here, you can actually use your SD card as part of your internal storage, but that actually locks out your SD card, and you cannot use that as a quick swap memory storage device. So I personally do not use that, but there are a lot of people who have dedicated SD card for that phone, and they don't need to take the phone out. They take the SD card outside, so you can just enable that from here. You can eject that, and when you do that, you can mount it in the other way, so it can be connected there. So pretty nice to have. Battery life is pretty good. I mean, I have used this on a short travel of mine, and I have found it to be almost same as what you would expect of any other stock based ROM. So nothing special out there. It couldn't beat the battery scores I received from Slim ROM. That was just a beast of a ROM, but still you can still get about 2 days, 1.5 to 2 days with normal usage out of this ROM. So that's a really good thing. It does have stamina mode, which you can enable, and you can auto start at 15%, which is pretty nice to have. Ultra stamina mode is also available, out of which music is enabled by default, which is pretty nice to have. I remember the days when in Lollipop I had to change the APK file for ultra stamina mode to enable music. It does have lock screen and security option. In the lock screen there is smart lock option, and it does have on body detection, which I personally use a lot, and I really like that. Now it does have a phone number assistant application, which will scan the internet and give you the caller ID for the person whoever is calling you if it is not available in your contact list. So it's okay, but I personally have not been able to get any hits with this. I personally use Truecaller, which is a pretty nice application. So, and it also has a block unwanted callers list, which you can add callers to, and call blocking type can also be enabled, so you can actually have that. Also message blocking is available, so if you have that pesky friend who never stops sending spam messages, you can just block him. And now in the call settings, you do have smart call handling, which is pretty nice. I personally have this. I personally do use this a lot, and this does work out. That's really nice to see. It does have Xperia answering machine, which does work out nicely. It also has a toggle for the noise suppression microphone, so you can actually disable or enable that. Personally, you should just keep it enabled to have a clearer voice and all that. So nice to have. Now apart from these stuff, you do have something called MoonWalker's modules, which are extra applications which are installed and which are accessible from the settings menu rather than as a standalone application. So that's really nice. First one is the export module installer. You do have this installer file, which is Lollipop theme, which is basically material themed, and you can actually install. You do need to install the zip file anyhow, but after that you can manage your modules from here, and you can enable disable stuff from here. So you do have that. It does come with the blurred system UI module, which actually blurs all of this stuff, so it gives you a better aesthetic view than anything else. So nothing special there, but still pretty nice to have. Navigation visualizer. You do have navigation visualizer, and you can actually select random, which I personally like. Whenever music is playing, it does the navigation bar, nav bar does have a visualizer, and it moves to the beat, so that's pretty nice to see. Now it does also have a heads up mode, which you can change the timeout period and all that. You can even disable heads up if you don't need it, so it will go in 3 seconds, as our setting is 3 seconds. So yeah, it has gone, so pretty nice. It also has CPU control, which is pretty nice to have. It is basically to downclock your clock frequencies rather than overclock. You don't have an OC profile in this kernel, which is basically stock kernel. You can actually, but you can flash a different kernel like Android kernel plus. I'm not entirely sure what all the kernels are available right now, but you can actually enable all the different kernels or downclock your device to have a much more battery friendly ROM than the rest. So you can have that. Also, the governor can be changed to power saver, performance, or on demand. On demand is something which I personally like a lot. Or interactive is pretty nice, because whenever you interact with the phone, the performance is kicked up, or else it just goes for power saving. So that's really nice. Also, IO scheduler can be changed. Noop is something which I've already tried out previously in other phones, so I'm not entirely sure how it will react to this phone, but it is a pretty nice one. So you do have that, pretty nice. Also, CPU statistics are available, so which it shows you how your CPU has been running. Now according to this, 1497 megahertz is the most high kind of 1% of the time it is running at that, and 300 megahertz at 50% of the time. So you do have that, pretty nice to see. But all of these are available in kernel auditor, which is my go-to application for CPU control and all that. So personal preferences do matter a lot in here. SuperSU setting also has a handle here in the settings menu, which is pretty nice to see, and you can actually configure SuperSU. It is SuperSU rather than super user application, so yeah. Now it does have a media scanner option. By the odd chance that your music player is not picking up the music in your SD card, you can just start the media scanner from here, and you do have an advanced mode where you can add new directory, and you can force scan those. So that is pretty awesome, because I had this problem with the same ROM previously, and I didn't know this was an available option. I had to reflash the full ROM, and then I saw this option, and I was able to get my music back. So pretty nice to see. Now let's get to the theme section, because this ROM packs a lot of themes. Now first thing, right now I have this theme enabled, which is Xperia X Alliance, which is available right now. It's really nice theme. I mean, it does have a lot of themes. These are the themes which you can get from the Xperia X style ROM. So these are basic themes with color options and all that, so nothing special here, but there are a lot of themes which change the nav bar, which change the navigation tiles and all that. So let's just show you guys a few of them. 7th theme, which is a beautiful theme. I really like this one. It does change a lot of stuff. It even changes the icons, it changes all of these. Pretty nice to have. I personally like this a lot because the icons are really nice. Kind of reminds me of the Nokia style icons, which I really liked at the time. So yeah, pretty nice to see. It also has a black mode which you can use in case you don't like the white theme of this ROM. But hey, honestly, on an LCD screen, black and white doesn't really matter apart from the aesthetic sense. So yeah, it also has a castle theme, which is again almost the same as any other theme which you will see, but the app icon, the app drawer icon has been changed, and all these are funky and different. So these are a few of the themes which are available with the ROM. There are a lot of themes. If you count a lot, all of these themes come with the ROM. You don't have to flash anything, but you can install whatever you need, and you can find whatever is better for you. So yeah, pretty nice to see. Now let's go to the camera options. Now this camera is called the Siberian Camera 3, which is a modded Xperia Z5 camera, which is a really amazing thing. Normally in the Superior Auto, it's just a normal camera. It takes photographs as it would on any other Z3, but in the manual mode you have a lot of extra options, like exposure mode. You can actually have it at ISO prioritization, shutter speed prioritization, or auto mode. Auto mode is basically auto. I doubt you will be using auto mode in a manual mode. So let's go to manual and see the shutter speeds and all that. It can go up to 1/10,000th of a second, and as you can see, everything is dark except for really bright options. Let me just show you guys if it is shown. Yeah, it's my camera. So yeah, it is actually at that level of the ISO setting. You do have an ISO setting also, which you can enable or disable. Shutter speed, let's get it to a moderate one. Yeah, this is 1/500th of a second. You can also have 1/1000th of a second. If you have fast moving stuff, you can actually take photographs of it. Also, you have 20.7 mode, so that you will get all the resolutions packed in there. It also has all of these settings which are normal to any other Z3 ROM. So yeah, addition of these two settings is really nice. If you are enthusiastic about the photographs you take with your phone, it's really nice to see. But the only problem I feel is that these settings are not available in video, which would have been really nice. Actually, I would have really appreciated this shutter speed control and all that in a video, because I kind of sometimes like a choppy sort of a video, kind of like this one. You can see this is choppy. But standard applications, AR effects, style portrait, AR mask, all of these are available. So that is it in the application stuff in the ROM. Now these are the apps which comes with the ROM. So this is fairly the basic package, but still ROM developers do not want to include a file manager, which I am infuriated about. I really would like to have a file manager included to install stuff. Okay, I understand a lot of people install stuff from Play Store, but I personally like installing it from the APK file of the backup of which I make backups of. So that's a personal thing. I would like to have that. So yeah, let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty tight. So guys, here is the boot animation, which is basically the Xperia X style boot animation, which is really nice. I mean, I really like the aesthetic sense they have put into this, so pretty nice to have. So I guess that much is it about the ROM. Antutu benchmark score. This is probably like my fourth flashing of the same ROM, because I wanted to have a different stuff installed because I was installing exposed a few times and I screwed it up. I don't have exposed Antutu benchmark scores installed right now. Score which I received, which is basically normal stock scores which you get about. I mean, all the scores whichever I have done with this ROM were about 57,000 to 61,000. So somewhere in between that. So pretty nice to see. So I guess that much is it about the ROM. This is a very solid ROM and a very good ROM for those who want a bit extra flair with the stock experience. So that is really nice for this ROM. So pretty nice. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.